What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Undrunken Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney, and we get together weekly, whether I'm interviewing friends or just sharing thoughts around alcohol-free living for anyone who is sober curious, or just plain had enough. New episodes drop every Monday, so hit that follow button and tell a friend so we can get undrunken together. Okay, it says it's recording. Hi. Thank you for being patient while I got that all set up.
Of course.
That was fun.
That was fun. Hey, it's the first time. Come
It
on.
is. Welcome to my Undrunken studio.
You're very, very welcome.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course.
I'm kind of nervous.
Are you?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's you.
So?
Yeah, you're
Why would that make you nervous?
you're a very powerful energy.
Okay.
And I'm sure part of that has to do with you've never done anything.
No.
So you are like
No.
as raw as it comes, I guess.
Raw is probably a good word.
Just riding life raw.
Absolutely.
So tell me your story. Because I actually don't know your story other than you just don't drink.
No. I'd say it's probably a couple different things. Number one, my grandfather on my mother's side was an alcoholic. I'm not going to know the exact years. I just remember around probably 41. My mom was born in 42. And I know that when my mom was born, she's the baby of 5. The other kids had experienced him drinking. My mom did not.
Oh.
He stopped drinking. He actually was one of the people that helped form an AA meeting in downtown Bothell. I think it was at the old mill, but anyway. Yeah, so I grew up with that, my aunts and uncles remembering that and saying things, and my mom, talking to us about it. My mom and dad didn't really drink. They had, drinks, I think, when, they went to my aunts and uncles. We would go on like Friday nights and they would play cards or whatever, and they drank. But I mean, people weren't getting like shitty drunk that I remember. I remember my mom said her first hard alcohol, I believe, was the night before I graduated from high school. Her and my dad.
Before you graduated from high school.
My mom and dad went to like Las Margaritas in Woodinville.
Yeah.
And my mom ordered a chi-chi.
I don't even know what chi-chi is.
I think it's a pina colada, but isn't it with vodka instead of rum? I don't know either.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you were graduating, but I know you have siblings. Where in the line are you?
I'm the oldest.
So you're the oldest. So
Absolutely. I have
okay.
a younger brother.
Yeah.
22 months younger than me. Yeah. Who's also never really drank. But it wasn't like it was preached about in the house or anything. I mean, mom and dad had people over. There was alcohol in our home.
So
all the time. Our friends would probably try to steal it. I mean, it's kind of, for me, it was my sophomore year in high school at Bothell High School. And I had 2 friends, one of them who I'd known since I was 4. And then she became really good friends with another gal. Once we got to high school, that's where they met. And it was in the fall, so we hadn't been going there that long. And I just remember coming to school on Monday, and they were both pretty relatively dramatic, but they both lost their virginity that weekend, and neither one of them remembered who it was with.
Oh no.
Because they were all drunk. They had been drunk. And then I remember being outside of the cafeteria with one of them, and this boy comes up to us, and she was like, oh my God, there he is. And he came up to me and brought me flowers because he thought it was me that he slept with. And she's standing beside me. And I just remember saying, what do you do? Like, I don't even know you. And he's like, I know it shouldn't have happened this way for you. I'm so sorry. you know, on and on and on about how sorry he is, that your first time shouldn't have been like that. And, you know, I don't know if you want to go on a date or what. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then it clicked, obviously, what he's talking about. And I said, you didn't even sleep with me. You slept with her.
Wow.
And then I was like, that's pretty effed up. Like, I don't want any part of anything that could lead to that. Not just meaning losing your virginity, but just meaning y'all don't even know what happened to each other. Like that
He didn't
completely freaks me
remember,
out.
and she didn't
No.
remember.
No, she knew it was him. Like she figured it out really quickly. You know, I believe they were both seniors, the boys. I
Okay.
think, I don't remember that part. I think the one that came up to me was a senior, but I don't remember the other one.
Wow.
But so, I mean, for me, that was very pivotal.
Yeah.
And then my boyfriend, who I started dating my sophomore year, definitely drank a lot. And
But you never did.
mm-mm. And he would get violent, not with me, not ever with me, but like he would pick fights with guys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember thinking, you know,
So you saw the
that could be
switch
your
in his
life.
personality.
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
And he actually was abusive to the girl after me, but he wasn't ever abusive to me. And I believe he might have been abusive to the one before me. I'm not sure of that. I mean, I was married to someone that was an alcoholic and definitely had.
So let's talk about how that happened, right? I mean, you've never drank. You've seen repercussions of drinking at a very early age. How did you end up marrying somebody who was like not just a drinker, but
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
I know. I always wonder. I'm hoping he's still sober, because the day I left him was supposedly the last day he had a drink, and then he went into program, and then he actually, when we met back up and tried to talk about things, he's like, I can't try to repair a marriage and fix myself, so we
Yeah.
have to get a divorce. Which I think would have happened anyway, just because of the situation. I actually lived right down the street from Morgan, like right down around the corner from Morgan.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I know, if I would have known that then, I don't know how old Morgan would have been. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I met him through my work, and he was just super sweet and super nice, and we became friends, and we started dating, and he was enough of a drinker where I didn't realize he was always drunk.
Oh.
Like, he didn't drink during the day at work, but the second he got home, he would start to drink. And we never lived together. And then when we got engaged, one of his roommates' girlfriends actually said, hey, let's go for a walk. And we went on a walk, and she was like, you realize that he's an alcoholic, right? And I'm like, no, he's not. She goes, Dorie, every time he's drinking, you think he's just drinking Diet Coke. It's actually like 3/4 alcohol. And then,
Wow.
And he was just always very maintained. The only time I ever saw him like drunk, what I would say drunk, was when we would go to see his family, and then we'd go out with his cousins, and then they would get, shithoused, and I'd be like, whoa, but I'm thinking,
That's it.
it's twice a year or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And I just remember the night before we got married, because we ended up getting married when it was supposed to be my bridal shower. And seeing him, he'd gone out with his cousins the night before, and seeing him and being like, oh, okay. And then I remember getting married, and then he got completely, like, obnoxiously drunk at our wedding. And then I remember going to the hotel and being like, oh, what did I do? Like, did I make a mistake? And yeah, it was, I mean, literally, we came home, and probably within 10 days, I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. I need to figure this out.
Yeah.
I tried different things. We did a lot of, let's go outside and go do things and all the things. I didn't realize, what a problem it was for him. I figured out, there's a lot of people that I think drink socially.
Yeah.
And that's when they're, you know what I mean? They really get that on or whatever. And with him, it was almost the opposite. He didn't want to go out
He wanted
with
to
other
stay
people.
home.
He wanted to be home, and he would drink, and I didn't realize. We house sat for some people, and I had started to see different things. Like we had gone to a couple of events, and he had gotten way out of hand. I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And then I remember the people that we were house sitting for, they had quite a liquor cabinet. And I started like doing the thing where you're writing on the bottle, to see.
Putting the lines,
Yeah.
And
it would go down, but then it would go back up, and he was just putting water in them, obviously. But I knew when I found mouthwash that he had drank to get the alcohol content. I was like, oh my God, that's really not good.
I mean, so was this your first husband?
No.
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 In dating as a non-drinker, what was that like to just be with somebody who even just socially you thought was drinking? Like, was it ever a point of contention with you?
It wasn't until I figured out that it was really bad.
Yeah.
But
he never, he was.
No,
never
I always just
bothered that
figured
you
I'm the
didn't
DD,
drink.
you know what I mean? No big deal. I just, you can drink a glass of wine or whatever, a little or a lot. It doesn't matter. I've had 0, so I can always drive and stuff like that. I just didn't really think of it that way. It's interesting though, because I've been around a lot of people that have drank, like even in high school. Like at the parties, if I did go to the party, I was always the one that he's like, Courtney, give me your keys. I'm gonna take you home.
That's why I call you Mama D.
I know, right? It's like I didn't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah.
I was, I'm older than you. I was of the era where, like, we had someone while we were in high school that got in an accident. I want to say 4 of them died. I think they brought the car to every school and showed, like, made all the kids come out and look at it.
That actual car.
Absolutely. They put it on a trailer, brought it to the high schools.
Yeah.
And showed it. I think they even took it to the junior highs. I was in high school.
Because I know they do that.
Absolutely.
But
it has way more impact when somebody I knew of them, but I didn't really know. But I had tons of friends that knew them.
Yeah.
And that was very, I also had a junior high teacher that literally, have you ever heard of the movie Scared Straight?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. I think it was made in the 70s, but it's about drugs and just all the things. And I just remember like the guys twitching on the floor, foam coming out of his mouth. I'm thinking, what? I don't want any part of that. Like, what's that all about? I think it was in 8th grade.
Okay.
And yeah,
so that kept you off of.
Oh yeah, I'm not in. I had one, I shouldn't say I took, unintentionally took one pill. I think it was speed, which whatever the hell that was now, that you know what I mean. I was in 8th grade. I was at junior high, and I had a headache. And this girl goes, "Oh, take this. I'm thinking it's whatever, aspirin, whatever. I take it, and then I'm like, as soon as I took it, she started laughing, and I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Oh, never mind. You'll figure it out," type of thing. And I was like, "Whatever." Well, oh my God. I mean, I was all over the place, just shaking, and I'm like, "What happened?" And another friend was like, "I think she gave you something." Well, that was the one and only time I ever got in a fight. Took her in the bathroom and slammed her head in the toilet. Oh, I was so pissed because
that's so violating. Right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Well, and that's, I think, I think it's really interesting, and maybe not everybody will, but when I didn't drink in my 20s, I had a friend who would try to sneak alcohol into my drinks.
What is up with that?
Right. Like, why?
I don't know why.
Yeah. And so for that to be your only, I mean, that's still very violating. I don't want to be dismissive of it.
No, you're not.
But for that to be the only time where something like that happened, like, that's what I'm saying. You got a don't fuck with me vibe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I had people around me that were very, that boyfriend literally sat me down and said, "I don't ever want you drinking. I don't ever want you smoking pot. I don't ever want you doing any, no speed, no nothing, no drugs. You are your own, don't mess with this." Type of thing.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, he's like, "Promise me." I'm like, "Okay."
Really?
And what's interesting is years later, like I wouldn't say dated, kind of a little bit when I was in my 20s, and for a really short period of time, because he's not with us anymore.
No.
And he was like, I brought that up, and he said, "I remember that." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm sure you actually." I said, "I've never." And a lot of it was watching them, like literally just watching people,
around
friends,
you.
and all the things that are happening. I'm like, So you drink that, you lose your virginity. You smoke that and you know, get in a car, whatever. You know what I mean? I just didn't, I'm like, where's the good part of this? Like, I'm trying to figure out where was the good part of that.
Yeah.
So, I was pretty heavily active in my youth group. My youth pastor was amazing. I mean, all my friends, didn't matter what they did,
Yeah.
how they acted, swore, whatever.
Bring them.
Every one of them. And I had people that literally still came all the time,
Yeah.
even though it was church.
Yeah.
They didn't care because he was cool.
Was it church values that helped with that, or was it just being active in a community?
I'd say both.
Yeah.
That youth pastor was very, he was just fun.
Yeah.
He was like, let's go out, you know, let's go mountain biking. Let's go, you know, who wants to go skiing? Who wants to, you know, go ride jet skis? I mean, we were constantly, and he kept telling us there's going to be, you know, there's going to be things you're going to have to hurdle over. There's going to be people offering you alcohol or drugs or sex or any of those things, right? Come on, let's get outside. Let's show you that there's alternatives. And then when you get older and your brain is where you can make better decisions, then you choose if you want to do that.
So he was
So, it's
giving you
interesting.
tools.
Absolutely.
Did they help with how to deal with that sort of confrontation?
I feel like he did, because I
Yeah.
feel like he really gravitated towards the kids that did tend to stray off a little more. What's interesting is I don't believe that he strayed. Like he didn't come from, oh, I know about that, and let's, you know.
Yeah.
But he was just cool. He was always very just open with everybody. And he's like, hey, it's all right. I don't hate you. God doesn't hate you. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
You know, he was just always so chill. And I mean, we had a huge youth group. Huge. Like when we went places, it was like, you know, big bus time. I mean, there was lots of people and lots of activities and lots of camping, lots of things outside.
Yeah.
We loved everybody doing things outside.
Well, I mean, the outdoors is such a place of healing. I mean,
Well, it's
cultures,
another church.
it really is. And cultures that run a lot deeper and longer than us here in the US. Like in Japanese
Absolutely.
culture, there's a word for it. I hope I'm getting this right. Shitogi, I think,
Okay.
which is actually the art of forest bathing. And they prescribe that to people. Like if they're not
Yeah.
feeling good, okay, you need to go out and
Get out. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I know for me, some of the low points I've been at, it's getting in the woods, going for a hike, just
I like listening to water.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's interesting because my dad's place is over by Lake Chelan, and it's like Lake Chelan is beautiful, but I like hearing it. I don't like just seeing it.
The
I love
rivers.
rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rivers or ocean. I'd say rivers over ocean, even though.
I think I'm with you.
It's different.
I love
But that's
ocean
where I
too.
grew up.
Yeah.
My dad, you know, I think back and it's like we always were going fishing and hunting and hiking and all the things, and it was always by rivers or creeks, but yeah.
I know it had to have been challenging numerous times in your life to be the sober one. I know people like there's peer pressure and stuff. Like, how did you navigate that?
I didn't care.
Yeah.
It's really never bothered me. I've never had that. I've honestly feel like it's interesting to me, you know, I've had conversations with other people where I'm like, I don't care if you drink or not. Like, why would, you know,
Yeah.
why would I care? And I find it interesting when people do. I feel like if people do care,
they probably,
that's a little bit of a red flag, right?
Yeah.
Like, why do they care? And I always was like, yeah, but if I don't drink, then there's more for you or whatever. You know, I've just never understood that. And if I felt like someone was too peer pressure, I'm like, kiss my ass. That's on you. You know, I really don't. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't.
Like, why are you
I don't-
pressuring me into
Yeah, I don't
this?
get it.
Well, it's like, or trying to slip it into my drink.
Oh, no, that would
Like,
be an ass whooping outside. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. That's not gonna happen. I will say I've tasted, you know,
yeah.
because like I remember, well, in high school, after that boyfriend, I had a different boyfriend that was 21. And of course, so he was all about trying to get me into clubs and all the things.
Yeah.
But I remember actually we were in Carnation and he's like, here, drink this beer. And I'm like, and I remember took a taste of it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, no. And I just sat it in the river. And then when he wasn't looking, I'd just tip it over a little bit because he was abusive. So I was very, whatever
okay.
he said, I
You
needed
did.
to do, or
Yeah.
but,
Well, that had to be hard if he's wanting you to drink.
yeah, well, yeah, I think he had ulterior motives, but
Right.
yeah, for sure. His was just all control,
Yeah.
all control. I'll
What-
show you my senior picture sometime.
Oh, yeah?
I had really long, beautiful hair. And he said that he was upset with me because he felt that other guys were looking at me sometimes. And so he said, "Oh my God, I got this gal. She's gonna give me this super cool hip haircut. I'm gonna pay for it." And he had her turn me so I couldn't see. And I'm not exaggerating. My hair was so short I couldn't clamp a curling iron on it. And my senior pictures were like the next week. So I have senior pictures where my hair is like literally like that long.
Like a pixie cut.
And then I have senior pictures at the end of the year because my parents were like, "Yeah, no, you're getting these senior pictures," because my hair grew.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. My dad, it's the one and only time I think, and he said it under his breath, but it's the one and only time I heard him say the F word.
Really?
Oh yeah. What the did you do to your hair when he picked me up? He was livid
Wow.
because he knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
He,
Nobody goes from really long to really
No,
short
not
without
like
there
that.
being
Not
some
like
sort of
that.
big thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, not like that.
Wow.
It's crazy. But anyway, sorry.
No, what are some of the challenges? Because I do feel like I've talked to a lot of people who have never drank, and whether it's people giving you a hard time or whatever, there are challenges to it. I think it's a little bit easier to just never be a drinker than to become a non-drinker. Would you agree?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
For sure. Especially even if you just drink socially, because I think you and I've talked about this before. I truly believe personally, not everybody will agree with this, that there's different kinds of drinkers.
Mhm.
I think that there's the people that can just drink, like
Yeah.
they just have a glass of wine or whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's drunks. Those are people that just drink too much, and yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's alcoholics.
Yeah.
I do think that there's that different level, because I don't think everyone that drinks is an alcoholic. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I'm sure probably people from AA might think differently, but
Now, the programs
I
have
think
pretty hard.
they do.
Yeah.
I've actually gone
Lines.
to AA meetings. I've
Yeah.
gone to AA and NA.
Same.
I went to AA meetings with an ex because he got a DUI and I was driving him and I was sitting out in the parking lot. And I was like, God, I wish, because he was like, I wish you could be in there sometimes so you could understand some of the stuff I'm kind of going through, type of thing. And so we actually he asked, and then I went in and they actually asked, they kind of interviewed me about why would I want to be there? But then some of them were like fascinated that I wasn't obsessed with alcohol, because they can't concept, why are you not,
The same reason we
Right?
can't. Yeah.
yeah. So
Even as somebody who drank a lot, like that's hard for me to fathom. Like,
oh
yeah.
yeah. My best friend that passed, I wish you would have met him, Tony. He did everything under the sun. I mean, he'd been to rehab, he'd done everything. And that was always the big joke was, we were friends, even though he would drink a ton.
Yeah.
Anyway. And he would just be like, come on, he was the peer pressure, right?
Really?
It's
Yeah.
like, whatever, dude, that's totally on you. But I always told him, if I ever drink, it'll be with you. Just
Oh,
because,
yeah.
he was just couldn't even, like, you're blowing my mind. Like, he would just get crazy because he's like, I don't understand how someone
Never.
never.
Well, and
I
I
think
mean,
part of it is being okay with yourself too. Because a lot of people use things
100%,
as
but-
self-medication.
but I'm also like, well, why not? Like, I understand
Why?
why you 100%.
Yeah, I don't get the why.
Yeah.
And maybe if I understood the why, I would drink, you know what I mean? I would have a glass of wine or something. I don't understand the why.
You don't like the taste. You've seen enough
Yeah,
behavior. with
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
So with dating, I know you've dated people who drank. Would you date somebody who drank now?
I think if they had like no problems with alcohol or drugs, yes. But not if there was any yellow flags.
You
Doesn't-
take that
You don't
chance
even need to
again.
go red. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't.
You would take that chance
I mean, my
again.
boyfriend now doesn't drink.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking
Yeah,
of the
I-
husband who just
Yeah.
drank socially, but then once you really got to know him.
Well, he was an alcoholic. He drank
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I mean, I think you can, once you start talking to people, you can figure out,
it's hard to hide. I mean, we won't go into details,
Correct.
but you are very aware that recently I've discovered it's a deal breaker for me. And I think
but I
that
think that's because it's a problem for you, meaning you don't want that to be a problem for you. You don't want to be around it.
I don't mind
I
being
don't think-
around it. I really don't mind being around it. And part of that is I don't like being around drunk people.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
drunk people are annoying, but
Absolutely.
I don't mind being around alcohol. I have tons of it here in the house. That doesn't bother me at all. It's that I want to share this with somebody. I
The
want them.
sobriety, meaning being not being a non-drinker, I should say.
Yeah, undrunken.
Undrunken.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And up until really
I
recently,
mean, trust me, I would rather be with someone that doesn't drink at all
Yeah.
or do drugs.
well, I mean, so most recently I had met somebody and they had told me that they drink a little bit here and there. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's no big deal. And it turns out that wasn't 100% true. But I knew that you get that feeling, right? When you start talking to, like you said, it's pretty easy to figure out, right?
Absolutely.
There was little things that were
Behaviors.
said and stuff. And
For
it's
sure.
like,
Honestly, if somebody, in my opinion, there again, if someone has to talk about it, there's a problem.
probably.
If they don't talk about it because they don't think anything of it, because they have, they go out to Mexican food and have a couple margaritas. Or
See,
they have a
that's
glass of
just-
wine.
yeah.
I know, but what I'm saying is if someone is talking about it, there is probably a problem. Or there's something that needs to be a discussion.
I didn't realize it was a no at all deal breaker for me.
But now you know.
No, and part of it is because like
Check.
what you showed, right? It's like somebody says that they're just a light drinker, but then we've all got deep dark secrets. What if that's their deep dark secret? I don't want that.
Yeah.
And there are people in my life, there's somebody close to me that has lied about their alcohol use. And that hurts because then it adds to the worry about them. Well, if you're lying about it, that means it's way worse than even
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too about like people in recovery versus somebody who's just decided to be a non-drinker. I think that's different too.
Absolutely.
I've interviewed people who got in trouble, had really bad problems, went through rehab or programs versus, people who I just decided not to, or I never have. And it's very different,
Mhm.
right? Like you're just in a very different place with it. And I think it's beautiful, like even those in recovery, but
Oh, for
it's
sure.
a very active part of their life in a different way than it's an active part of my life. And I don't
Well, and
know.
I've been around a lot of people that have been through recovery, and it's interesting to me how they communicate. Not that I would say, oh, this guy, oh gosh, yeah, they're never going to make it because of how they speak, but you can tell how people have either accepted themselves or, truly living the program. There's,
Yeah.
different levels of all of that, right?
Yeah. I imagine there's been a lot of periods of just like gratitude for it never being a part of your life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like, what's the biggest
Well,
one that stands out?
You know what's funny is I will justify, that's how I justify as many concerts as I go to. I don't spend money on alcohol. Screw it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see a show.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't spend, it's expensive.
Oh,
Holy cow, I can't even imagine, on a weekend of somebody that socially drinks, that goes out on Friday and has dinner and a couple drinks and goes out on Saturday and goes to the bar or whatever. It's not cheap.
no.
So if you can spend that, take that money. In the beginning, I used to actually put it in a jar.
Really?
Absolutely. And then go to concerts.
Wait, tell me about this.
I mean, literally. It's
So
like,
every time you'd go out with friends, you'd take whatever they spent.
sure. Put it in a jar and be like, well, there's concert money. Or
So like
trip
if,
money or
if we had
whatever.
gone out when I had drank,
Yeah.
and I spent $100,
Absolutely.
you'd be like, well, there's $100.
There's $100. Sweet. Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. Like,
Yeah, reward yourself, even though it's not, I don't have to reward myself, but it's interesting because I know the people that the majority of the people that I've met that have been in really bad relationships, not just, the guy's an asshole, the girl's an asshole, whatever. There's usually a substance around it.
Yeah. How do you think not
So,
being a drinker has affected your love life and those
we
choices?
all know I suck at that, so I'm not sure if that's again.
It's like
I
didn't affect
suck
my
at that.
picker at all.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Why do you say you suck at
No.
that?
Oh, I mean, come on, I've been married multiple times and I don't, I'm very, maybe more so, I put up with too much.
You're tolerant.
Or I don't, yes. My counselor says my biggest weakness is also my biggest strength. And
Usually.
it is. And that is the fact that I adapt very easily. And I'm too easily tolerant. But then when I'm not, like it's, one day you think everything's fine. And then the next day,
I imagine if you drank, you probably would be one of those people that just had like zero fucks, zero bullshit.
I'd be
if you were
worried
drinking.
about,
Yeah.
if I ever drink.
Just like,
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Because my filter, they call it truth serum. My filter would be off. Oh, that'd be very bad.
Or really fun. I'd be like there with popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no.
Yeah. What I don't know. What do you think would be most interesting to people about the fact that you've never drank ever?
That I don't care. I mean, it sounds funny, but I don't. And I had all my friends did.
Yeah.
Literally almost all of them.
Your husband's?
I
mean, we know the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess one, no, but yeah.
Do people,
he didn't do anything.
Do people ever put you in like the what's coming to mind is like a pedestal, but I want to say a position of like mentorship for it, like people that struggle with it. Do they look to you for guidance or support?
I think the only thing that I find, because I think socially it's so acceptable that people are like, they assume that I don't have fun.
Oh,
and I'm like, the fuck you talking about? Like, what do you,
Yeah.
seriously?
I've been
I
trying
have
to
more
say
fun
there's
because
more
I'm
fun.
all the absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't waste the whole next day because I'm,
Oh, hangovers. Days.
Can't even imagine.
As you get older, here's the thing. You thought they sucked when you watch your kids, friends do it. You get older, it's days.
Yeah.
It's like you go out Friday night, you're done for the weekend.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that.
Right. No.
There's too much to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You miss too much.
Yeah.
I've literally chewed people out at concerts. They're either passed out or puking, and I'm like, you're an idiot. So I know how much my ticket was, and you spent that on a ticket, and
you're wasting it.
Not even gonna remember this.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
Yeah.
I have zero tolerance for that.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, I think I talked about it on another episode. There was a concert some friends and I went to, and I mean, there's like 10 of us in a row, and one guy behind us was drunk and like kicking seats and talking shit. And it was like all of a sudden, like he became such a big focal point of our experience.
You're missing the fun and the show and all the things.
Yeah.
I paid a lot of money to sit in this seat.
Right.
Move your ass to the curb. That is probably a lot of the reason why I tend to buy. I'm not down in the pit.
Right.
I want the more expensive seat. I want to be away from, and I'll move. I get up and walk.
Yeah.
I'll move. I don't want to be around it. You're annoying me. I have no tolerance for that.
I'm done.
I'm done. Get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
At all. Saved all that money to spend to go to the
right.
Come on, man. It's not cool.
Have you listened to the podcast?
I haven't. I wanted to wait.
You wanted to wait?
I did.
Why?
I think just wanted to not have any preconceived ideas in my head of anything. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Let this be our space, and then I'll go look at the others.
Yeah. No, I love that.
So
I feel like we haven't known each other a long time, about a year.
But I feel like not drinkers are growing. There's almost a dominance of it happening.
Absolutely. And I think with younger as well,
Yeah.
which is good
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because it's,
you
you
work
know,
with youth sometimes,
yes.
and I mean, well, and you're a business owner, you employ a lot of youth. So I imagine you see it on a different level because, I mean, do you have kids that show up hungover? You have to deal with that? Or are they too young for that?
They're not too young for that, but no. We've had one that I'm aware of, and I was not there, someone else was. And yeah, I wouldn't tolerate that.
Right. Yeah.
So that shit. Or it'd make wash the bathroom floor or something. Yeah,
Clean some toilets.
yeah, absolutely.
Ugh, loud music.
Yeah, for sure.
You would be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. No, you don't have
Absolutely.
children.
No.
No. Was that by choice or?
I wanted kids really bad, especially yeah, when I was in high school, I really wanted kids. And so no, I think it was just God knew what he was doing. You know, I wasn't with the right men, so it wouldn't have been the right choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have dogs instead.
You are amazing with your dogs
Dog mommy.
and all of the volunteer stuff that you do
Yeah.
with animals. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing.
What is one question you wish I'd asked or that you were expecting me to ask maybe? Because I know we've talked about this for a while,
Yeah.
sitting down and chatting.
I think you already know the answer, but I'm kind of surprised you didn't possibly ask, you know, do I ever think I would drink?
You
And I
kind of
don't really
answered
think
it
I did.
because
but
I
that's
did
the-
it. I said, you
yeah.
know, why haven't you? And you're like, why would I?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the one that I was expecting though, I guess I should say.
Which
So-
it's interesting because you're there, you've never drank, and you're like, hell no. And for me, it was learning about really what alcohol was and some of the more scientific stuff, and also some of the, I want to say manipulation
Absolutely.
that kind of happens with it. And I was like, there's just how you would have to turn my brain off to get me to put alcohol in my body again.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way.
Yeah.
There's no place for it. But I am, it's
Nothing healthy about it.
no, but I love that it started out as something that you just knew wasn't safe, wasn't good.
Yeah.
And there's never been a point in time where you thought, yeah, why not? Yeah.
No. I had a doctor that told me that he thought it was funny, actually.
What?
My brother, yes, my brother had been going to him. I didn't know it because we both didn't live in Woodinville anymore. My brother went to that doctor, and then I went to that doctor. And then I remember him, I think I know your brother. And I'm like, what? And then he goes, you two just need to sit down and have a drink sometime or smoke a bowl or something to just kind of mellow out. You're both a little intense. And I was like, no, that's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. But yeah,
Really, a doctor
the
told you
doctor
you
said
need to
that.
chill
He's
out.
pretty chill.
Yeah.
He was chill himself.
I mean, you seem like, here's the thing.
Oh, I haven't always been chill. Don't.
Okay. Okay.
No, this is maturity. Haha. This is maturity. You gotta remember my age.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean though? Like what? Okay.
I've been a lot of things. I could be a hothead. I'm always right. I mean, pretty much anybody that knows me, I'm much more tolerant now. I didn't always used to be like
Anyone ever accuse you of being on drugs or alcohol?
No, but after my head injury in my car accident, that was one of the things they wanted me to carry a card because sometimes if I get overtired or whatever, it's almost like I'm drunk.
Oh, wow.
Not really, but the actions of if I were to ever be pulled over,
Yeah.
you know, they're like, just offer to do a breathalyzer right away because, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Isn't that weird?
If I were to ever get pulled over,
Oh my God.
because breathalyzer right away. I'm tired. I want to go home. Can I just do the breathalyzer and go, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know the percentages now though of DUIs are more, do you know the percentages of DUIs and what they actually are?
No.
It's not alcohol.
Oh, marijuana.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like by a lot. It's insane.
I did have
And I
a
think people don't realize that
police officer
you
tell
could
me
get
that.
pulled over. Oh,
100%.
absolutely. You can get
100%.
pulled over and you can go to jail and it's a DUI.
Yeah. But
So
here's the
that's
thing
kinda
with it.
scary.
It's also in your system way longer.
Oh, for sure.
And, so it's
For
like,
sure.
maybe I didn't smoke 4 hours ago,
Right.
but I'll still test positive on all the tests and the
Yeah.
eye tricks and all.
I won't.
No, you
Take
won't.
a blood, do the thing, whatever you gotta
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
No.
What about is prescription drugs? Have you ever had to take like pain meds?
I won't.
You won't.
No. No.
Nothing. Just because.
I've had breast cancer, breast surgery, a hysterectomy. I've had a fractured neck. Never took pain meds for any of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Didn't want to. Same thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's mind over matter a little bit.
Okay. What about
when
the
I had my
dentist?
hysterectomy? No,
No
no.
laughing gas, nothing.
Oh, hell no. No.
I hate
They
that
can give
stuff.
me a little, it's called 2% of the Novocaine, but actually the last root canal I got, I didn't have anything. I don't
What?
want to feel weird. I don't want to feel any of that. I'm good. Give me a little pain, I'm fine. Suck it up, breathe through your nose, you'll be fine.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
When I
this
had my
is interesting.
hysterectomy, I literally went in to go to have the surgery. I'm in the room and the anesthesiologist comes in and he goes, okay, this is what we're going to do. And I said, actually, this is what you're going to do. You're going to give me as little as you can to put me under. I want as little of the fentanyl that you can give me because your body will go into shock if they're cutting into you. Or
Yeah.
you have to.
Something.
And I said, as little as possible. And then I don't want a reversal when I'm coming out. And he's like, nah, that's not how we do it. And I go, that's how you're going to do it today. And
Really?
I said, I had breast surgery and they did the most minimal and I had the best recovery. And he goes, I'll be right back. And he left and he came back and he said, I called them at Overlake and they said they did exactly what you said they did. And he goes, I will do the same. Well, he was surprised that somebody knew what to say. I was just like, this is what I want. This is how, because that's what made my mom so sick. Every time they gave her reversals when she would be coming out of her surgery.
What? I don't know what a reversal is.
It's just to wake you back up
Oh,
out of
okay.
surgery. I'm sure it's got some fancy name. I call it reversals.
Yeah.
So you're asleep and then they give you the shot that says, okay, it's time to wake back up now. I'm like, no, just give me as little as possible to put me under
Yeah.
do the surgery and then let my body naturally come back out.
Yeah. I don't like coming out of surgery.
Yeah.
It's
Well, tell them you don't need that much stuff. Well, maybe you do. But
yeah.
I don't.
Like I've woken up when I had my wisdom teeth, they were impacted and I had to have them surgically removed.
Yeah.
And I woke up in the middle of the surgery
Oh.
and wanted to hear music. And the nurse was like, no. And I was like, kind of like punched her or something, like punk ass kid move. I don't know. So I do this thing that I like to quick fire. I'm just going to ask how you think not having alcohol in your life has affected these areas of your life.
Okay.
Just a quick sentence or two.
Okay.
So, how has being undrunken affected your circle of friends?
Hasn't. I hang around with a lot of people that drink and yeah, they're cool. If they're not, they're gone.
Yeah.
That's on them, not me.
Yeah. How has it affected your home life, your home, your family, where you live?
I have a lot of drinkers in my family, really. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said your
I don't-
boyfriend doesn't drink.
It does not.
What about your occupation?
No. Because even when I was in corporate world, everybody knew, nobody cared.
What a
It's
squirrel
more
moment.
acceptable now.
Yeah, squirrel moment. People going out for happy hours. Did you even get invited?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I choose if I want to go or not. It has nothing to do with the alcohol. I just maybe don't want to hang out.
Well, there's a big misconception that just because I don't drink, I don't want to have fun.
Happy hour is all about the appetizers. What are you talking about?
What about your identity? Like, is it a big part of your identity?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think people think, oh, Dorie doesn't drink.
Right.
No.
It's just kind of a byproduct.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about like companionship in your love life. Do you think now, even if somebody drank, you would date them?
It's funny because I don't know. I don't have, I mean, it's not in my mind to date.
Right,
So
right.
that doesn't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the first person that you've been with that is a non-drinker?
no.
Okay. So it's been.
Yeah.
What about like, well, we talked about estate, like money, like you spend your money on concerts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You waste money. Alcohol is such a waste of money.
It is.
You're not burning it, you're drinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
And
about,
God forbid, but if you get a DUI or something, I mean, that's, first of all, obviously you could hurt someone.
oh, right.
Second of all, it's expensive
It is.
all the way around for forever and ever.
It is.
You know, insurance and everything
Yeah.
else. For sure.
Well, and
If
then
you have to get a blow and go or whatever, I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
I've known people with blowers in their car and they have to pay like a monthly fee for that.
Absolutely. And they should have to.
Yeah. It's a
You need
lot.
to think about that every time you put that key in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I definitely consider myself lucky and grateful that I
Didn't have
never
consequences of actions.
never hurt anybody or
Yeah.
myself, right? Because there was definitely times where I made that choice and I'm not proud of it at all. I used to be. That's kind of like the part of it I think is
Oh,
a
you wore
little
it as a badge.
like, oh, I'm a pro, right? Like, and that's
Yeah.
hindsight, that's really fucked up,
Yeah.
right?
I
Like,
probably wouldn't have been friends with you.
probably
I wouldn't have
not,
put up with your crap.
right?
First I would have drove your ass home, and then the next day I would have chewed you out.
Yeah. What about spirituality? Do you think that drinking connects you more spiritually or just kind of not part of it?
You know.
Yeah.
They all drank wine, but that was on the whatever.
Yeah. That's funny right there. Could have been grape juice.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why did the blood have to turn to wine?
I don't-
Could it just be juice? How about water?
How about Powerade?
That's
Purple
fair.
Powerade.
Purple Power. That's amazing. Well, Dorie, thank you for coming on and sharing your story. If there's anything that I didn't cover that you want to share, please tell me. We're not done yet.
I can't think of anything. I
Awesome.
mean, it's just, I think it's sad to me that people do make drugs or alcohol their identity. It doesn't need to be.
Or
There's a deeper problem there if
Yeah.
there's something that's not.
yeah, I've shared this a few times. Drinking is a symptom, not the problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, thanks for listening. If you like this episode, please share it with a friend or on your socials, and you can tag me at Undrunken Podcast. Take care of yourself and each other. We'll catch you next time.